Since I got back from auto assembly, life has gone completely up the fucking shitter. I have also decided that with regards to my YouTube channel, I'm not making enough effort, so I will be making more effort. I'd also like to say that I'm going to do editing. I'm going to start editing again. It's not so... I kind of enjoy it, but I've got out of the habit and I need to be more, be better. Just be. It was my birthday. Sarah got me some of these. They're Bose headphones. They're in like just the most feminine colour in the world. But I had to listen to them. They're not very loud, but they've got loads of sub bass on them. Thank you, babe. I love you. Right. I went to auto assembly, got some toys. So, should we talk about auto assembly? I got about 15 minutes until dinner's ready. If she turns up and bangs on the door, I will have to go because dinner will be ready and I'll get in trouble. I went to auto assembly. We drove all the way up in Dave Tree's van. Dave Tree's van overheats a little bit, so we had to pump hot air from the engine into the cabin of the vehicle, which means when I arrived, we still had to set the stall up. I'd been cooked. Literally, I'd been microwaved, me and him. We were both done on gas mark 6 for 2.5 hours. I'm very grateful for him taking me. He is a genuine, absolute legend. You absolutely must be at Rollout Roll Call. Something has happened that makes me eternally excited, eternally excited, and I can't tell you what it is because I can't tell you what it is, but I am going to be there with bells on. I'm very, very excited. So auto assembly, I'm going to do a separate auto assembly video. I'm probably going to get a bit tipsy before I do it because time is against me. But I will show you the things that I bought because everybody loves a haul video. So we arrived to AA. I helped Dave set the stall up, and while I was in the main hall, because I had a trader pass, I may have accidentally walked past the Kapow stall and said to King Grimlock, have you got any lions? Oh, and he went, I might do, I'll go and have a look. So when he went and had a look, he did. There were some. So I bought one there and then, which made me just feel absolutely supremely beautifully sexy. I've currently got him in an absolutely glorious pose. Leonidas. He's burgundy and red and beautiful and weighs 10 tons and he's absolutely up to the eyeballs in weaponry. I absolutely adore him. He's just fantastic. I don't think I can go on about how fantastic he is. The lion mode is a terrible, terrible letdown, but the robot mode is just so majestically excellent. I don't mind. The only thing that's a little odd is the jaw doesn't open very far, but he's got spring-loaded teeth. It's been a long day. I'm just going to go through the rest of the bits. John Barnett ran up to me and said, Dave, I've got something you're going to like. And shoved a Reveltech Optimus Prime under my face. At which point he said, what do you think this is worth? And I actually gave him a very, very honest answer of, I'm not sure, John. Maybe you should come and ask me when I'm drunk because you'll get more money out of me. He went, no, I haven't got time for that bollocks. How'd you fancy 15 quid? It's just, it's all little tiny details. And it's just, I've never, a very little click, but what there is just the accessories glory. Reveltech Optimus Prime, the blue paint on it is absolutely fantastic. I'm going to do a series of photos at some point, but I absolutely adore it. John, thank you very much. I would like to say right now, meeting Thew was an honour. Having him know who I was gave me a little toy boner. Having Ben and John win the human cosplay thing was just great. The representation for the TFYTC today, over the weekend, over Auto Assembly, was magic. Just magic. And when you think it's like only just over a year since we actually created things and kicked it all off, and so many people are enjoying just the ethos of what goes on and why we do it and how we do it and that sort of stuff. I'm absolutely just a gog. It's just brilliant. You like magic. So, went to Stu and said, hey Stu, because he's big and tall and sexy and has a quiff, and last year I hardly got to hang out with him, and this year I spent most of Friday night with him because he's just a great big tall piece of genuinely glorious, awesome sex. And I bought, you might have noticed, I quite like an Optimus Prime, Optimus Primal, who is just the greatest thing. He's really, really nice. He's got all the blast shields, he's got everything. I've got a bag somewhere with all of his Cyber Planet keys and all that sort of jazz. Also off Stu, I'm not going to do money because money's vulgar. Simple as that. That, which isn't a Cybertron Optimus Prime, it's a Galaxy Force Optimus Prime with black legs and black thighs and black hands and the same red but grey tinted windows and a black head, and because I am a sucker, I've not made his faceplate go. Why doesn't it work? Ooh, it's broken! Gonna have to fix that later. I don't like the faceplate, but toilet. I'm gonna do it later. Galaxy Force Optimus Prime. Love it. Don't know. There's a bit of a problem with finding space for all of these Optimus Primes now, but come October, that's going to change. Then I had a little wander around and just looked at loads of stuff. I'm not particularly doing this in chronological order, however, that seems to be the flavour of the month, because while there is not a huge amount here, none of it was particularly cheap, which is good and bad. Make of it what you will. So, wandering around and saw a load of these all stuck together with some of these, which are amazing and beautiful, glorious and ridiculous at the same time, because it's got fake wings instead of the wings of actual dive bomb or whatever they call it, Warhawk, which is awful. But it's got these, and then you do that, and then when you extend all the wings and actually do that, each one's got its own spike, and then they've each got proper good. You can see it in Dorian's video where he mocks me for buying it because he's got the big Predaking, the expensive one, and I haven't. But that's okay, it doesn't bother me. I'm not really into that sort of stuff, but I promised myself I was going to buy a combiner, and a combiner that I got, and they can go and stand next to Hercules. Reactions like a ninja. Then I saw John Hughes. Saw John. Big frizzy hair, red t-shirt. Bought that. And then he gave me, because he's a beautiful little man, that as well, which is a Cybertron Optimus Prime, which can go with the other one, and it's just got a thing on the back which... Woo! Pow! I don't know what it does. It's got a county thing underneath it. That's 8. 8. Oh, if you roll it along, what does it do? It counts. It's a Super Optimus Prime 30L with a little Autobot logo. There's a TF4. It's just a little collectible thing. I like it. It's going to go with all the Optimi. Skywarp. If you're not particularly keen on this figure, because I've got the Starscream, and the Starscream's only like a 6 out of 10 for me, but this is a definite 8 out of 10. And if you want to bump it up a notch, just go and stick something with a light source behind it, and you will again have glorious toy boner. Then I went just a little wander around. I think it was Toy Foo. I never know what the different stalls are called, so we're just going to run with it. I bought Onslaught. I've always wanted an Onslaught. I've not turned it into a tank yet. I've not actually transformed Big Optimus twice. I've not touched Primal Prime. I've not made all of the smaller versions of Warlord into animals yet, which is probably something I'm going to do tomorrow morning, because as I said, the world's changed and I found myself free permanently. Ta-da! I love him, and I've got all the universe stuff is just amazing, and I want to collect all of the classics and all of the generations. That's my next big thing, because I'm not really enjoying Combiner Wars. I've got one Combiner Wars thing, and that's more than enough. But I want to complete all of my classics and generations. Did I say I met a few? I was very, very happy. I met loads of people. I met loads of Craig McCartney, who had a big, I think I've got your name right, I think that's it. Your photo on Facebook, you don't have a beard in, you've now got a beard. He tried to kiss me when he was very, very drunk. I think he was just happy to be around me. Hi, how you doing? You were really funny, you're bonkers. You do love a drunk video, I love a drunk video. We should definitely do a drunk video collab, that's official, I'm telling you now. I didn't buy Superion, I already had Superion. I'm very pleased to have my Air Aid. But I did buy the hands and I did buy the feet. The feet are lousy. Because while the feet are massive, the peg that still goes into here is just a shitty little ball joint. It is, quite frankly, a bit of a letdown. And then I didn't buy any more because all of that stuff cost me a fucking mint, especially when you consider it was £5 a pint at the bar, and I hate the Hilton. And I'm sorry, I know I've said that I hate the Hilton and people have really, really slagged me off for it. Well, they haven't slagged me off, I've been told off for it before. I love Auto Assembly with everything that it is. But the social facilities are just toilet. Everything is massive, everything's too spread out. But I know there's no alternative. I'm moaning for no reason. If you want to point out in the comments that I am moaning for no reason whatsoever, please do so. Scrap Metal from Transformers Energon. He's particularly average, but he turns into a little spider robot. But he's G2 style light piping. The whole back of his head is made of light piping. So if I had a light source, which I don't have because my light source is really on the thing that I'm recording on, I love him. I got him off Phil. Phil got 2 of them. Phil wanted to give it to me because he seems to do that, and I said no, stop buying me things. So I paid a £5 for it. Very, very happy. I love you, Phil. You are a very good man. I got to sit with Phil for quite a while and just have a load of toys on the desk and play, and it was properly special. It was really and you know what it's like when you play with a group of toys at a table at Auto Assembly, because then other people gravitated in, and before you know it, 2 people are playing, and then 3 people, and then 5, and the next thing you know, everyone's... And you never, ever, ever at Auto Assembly think, oh, you can't touch my toy, you're going to run off with it. No one ever thinks like that, ever. So everyone came over and just picked up and played with stuff, and then put it down and left it. And it's a beautiful, beautiful thing. I can't think of anywhere else that is applicable. If you were in a normal pub playing with toys, A, people would look at you like you're absolutely bonkers. B, you would suspect them that they were going to steal your shit. And at Auto Assembly, that's just not on the table. People are just lovely, jubbly, marbly arse. That is my haul, which looks quite small, but it's really, really not, because between Warlord and Leonidas, I'm not telling you. As I said, money is vulgar. But do you know what I wanted? I said to myself before I left, I said this to Baz while I was there. Baz, hi, you're amazing. I spent lots of time with Baz. He's a crazy, crazy, beautiful, beautiful man. Last year I bought loads of stuff. Loads of tat that cost me 10, 15 quid. And it's all stuff that's still in the bag. I brought a big bag home from Auto Assembly and then realised when I was packing for this Auto Assembly how much of the stuff that I bought at the last Auto Assembly was still in the bag and I've not played with it, which is bad. So when things change shortly in the new house, that'll change. But everything that I've got here makes me properly happy. Mostly because a lot of this is going to go on the Prime shelf. Warlord's going to stand next to Hercules. I'm going to collect all of the Generations and Universe stuff because maybe not Universe, but definitely Generations. I love it. I love Chunk. I love Click. I'm not a fan of ball joints. Ball joints are great from an articulation point of view, but there's nothing like having a heavy ratchet on a hip go clank clank and you just plonk a toy down. And my name's been SMS number 1. Loads of people have done Auto Assembly videos, and I hadn't, because life has, as I said earlier, I have found myself with slightly more time on my hands, which really wasn't the plan. So I'm going to go now, And I might do a conversation about how good AA itself was, but I'm definitely going to do it later on with a couple of beers down me.